Gotcha. Makes a lot of sense. I agree, 100%.
Either that or for Navy to win every Army or for Army to win every Army Navy.
Yeah.
Always.
Some of that spice.
Yeah, maybe so.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Lieutenant Colonel Daniel Harrison, and on behalf of the New River Battalion, I want to welcome you to a very special edition of Torched Ones. Tonight, Sergeant First Class Joseph Banfield and I are going to make a terrible decision and eat the recalled 2023 Paqui One Chip Challenge. Now, it's worth noting this was recalled because people did not follow the directions or not using it in line with what the company said, so we will be following directions. Sergeant Banfield.
Sir.
Are you ready to jump into Mount Doom face first?
Sir, I was born ready.
I think we've both had significant trepidation about this, no lie.
Yeah.
Gonna see what happens.
Well, what is it? A month in the making, probably. I think we've tried to find the right date and the right time to.
Before the battalion run is a bold move, Cotton. We're gonna see what happens.
Oh my gosh.
Let's unbox this mamma jamma. So it's one chip. In case you were wondering, it's 25 calories, 1 gram of fat, and a whole bunch of hate.
So
I slayed the Paqui 2023 One Chip Challenge. Nice.
Yep. And then on the back, 1 minute, harmless, 10 minutes, slitherer, 30 minutes, venomous, and 1 hour, apex predator.
But we'll see. We'll see how far this goes. All right, here's the rules. Read the warning, which we've done.
Let's avoid the trip to the emergency room.
Absolutely. Like all serious combat operations, you always want to set conditions and prep the objective. So
Indeed.
We have done so. All right. I guess the whole idea is wait as long as possible before eating or drinking anything. We have both prepared some clever riposte for each other.
Ooh, left hand or right hand. Because I like looking like a dandy.
Apparently, the gloves are made for someone with tiny, tiny hands.
Yes, very tiny.
All right.
It won't go on. I am not getting this stuff on my hands, sir. So, I will continue to wear this weird glove.
Smells like horrible things.
You think maybe breaking it up into like one?
No. I'm going all. You do whatever you want. I'm going all in.
Oh gosh.
You do whatever you want, sir.
My heart is like beating out of my chest right now.
Air assault. Airborne all the way.
Screaming Eagles. Oh, it's instant. It tastes like crap.
Bye. Immediate.
I immediately regret this decision.
Terrible flavor. That's horrible. Sergeant Banfield, tell us about the day you deleted half of the cadre ship.
Oh, I was not prepared for that one, sir. So I had these 3 X's on the side of my computer, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I want to get rid of these. So I'm talking to Sergeant Embler. Holy crap!
This is seriously hot.
I was talking to Sergeant Embler, and I was like, hey, how do we get rid of these? And then he was instructing me on how to do this. And he's like, oh, you just click on it and delete it or whatever. But not knowing that this was the New River Battalion share drive, was completely unaware of what I was doing. I was just trying to get old stuff and just get it off of my desktop. And I caused you a lot of time and pain, and I do apologize, sir.
That's pretty funny. We're still suffering from the long-term effects of that day. Second question.
Yeah.
Why do you think the cadets love you so much?
I don't know. I think I bring a good energy, like a positive attitude, and trying to lighten the mood and the atmosphere when things are feeling crappy. I try to uplift spirits. Just be a dad.
I was going to say my theory is because you treat them like your children in the best way possible.
Yeah.
You coach them and help them the same way you help your own kiddos.
This is extremely unpleasant. There's a chunk. Oh, there's a chunk up there.
My eyes won't stop running. You have anything you'd like to ask me?
I do, sir. So, having been born in the moonshine capital, how much bootlegging was involved during your younger years?
I've never been directly involved with bootlegging. I can say that with confidence. I have met some of the original guys on the first season of Moonshiners.
Really?
One of them I ran into at a Veterans Day thing because he was in the BFW, and then that show came out like a year later. I was like,
oh really?
Yeah, I know that guy.
Like, you're gonna be like,
Tim and Tickle. I've met Tim.
Like, I know that guy, and everybody's like, what? Okay, this was a question that was presented to me from another cadre member, and I don't know if I can get the question out. It's like, top 3 country music artists of all time, and why is it the first Luke Bryant go?
I don't care about Luke Bryant at all. Merle Haggard.
Okay.
Is up there.
Classic.
Waylon Jennings.
Yeah.
And Johnny Cash.
Oh.
If you say Johnny Cash is not country music or western, because that's when you're getting back to that day.
Yeah.
Chris Christopherson.
Oh yeah. I know Chris.
You can make a case for Willie, obviously. Nelson.
All right. I wasn't expecting that to go that way, but okay, cool. Yeah. I figured you more of just like a hardcore metal dude.
Modern country is weak sauce.
Yeah.
Old school country is metal as hell.
Okay. Greatest movie of all time. It tingles. In a bad way.
Kurosawa's The Seven Samurai. It inspired Magnificent Seven. It inspired a bunch of things since. If you've never seen it, it is an absolute masterpiece.
What is it again, sir?
The Seven Samurai.
The Seven Samurai. I've heard of it. I don't think I've watched
And
it.
again, Magnificent Seven and any version of that
Yeah.
is paying direct homage to Kurosawa.
Is your mouth watering uncontrollably?
A little bit.
Okay.
All right. I have some pictures that need splaining.
Okay.
Tell us what's going on here.
Okay, so when I had gone down to Kentucky for a master educator course, I had a day that I probably should have stayed and studied and did some work, but I was so close to Fort Campbell. Wanted to drive down, visit the 1506 Memorial, and kind of like feel nostalgia by being in a place I used to be in, and it was really nice. And one of the places I stopped by was a schoolhouse. It was on a Saturday.
Which is what for the layman?
Oh, the Sobolewski Air Assault School. The Air Assault School. So it was on Saturday, and I saw a bunch of cars in the parking lot. I thought to myself, like, why are the cars parked there? Well, they'd started a 10-day straight rotation at Air Assault School, and there were instructors there. So I walk in, and guy sitting in, it was Team 1, which was my team. He's sitting in the team senior's chair. I said, hey man, you're sitting in my chair, dude. And he's just like, who's this guy in civilian clothes talking like this, right? I was like, don't worry about it. You're good. I used to work here. I was Team 1, team senior, just giving you a hard time, right? And so talked with him for a while, and then I hollered at an air assault student. I said, hey, air assault, get over here. All right, so he gets up and walks over, and it was a CW4. I'm like, hey, sir, how you doing? I was like, would you mind taking a picture? I used to work here and want a couple pictures or whatever. So he took a picture, and that's where I came from.
Cool. Oh, before I move on, when's the last time you lived in Hawaii?
The last time I lived in Hawaii, I left in 2011, sir.
But you're still hanging loose in all of your pictures.
All the time.
Why?
That's how I wave. People wave like this, I wave like this.
How does the wife feel about that?
She hates it. Absolutely hates it. She's like every time, Joe, every picture, look, and I'm like, hey. So yeah, she's like, you don't have to do that all the time. I was like, it's just a involuntary reaction.
What was your thought the first time you saw this sweatshirt?
Well, I was like, really, guys, really, you really want to put this on a sweatshirt? And they're like, yeah, absolutely. So I was, I don't know, I can't think of the right word for it. I guess, taken back. Like, wow, these cadets like me enough to put my face on the back of a sweatshirt. Thought it was pretty cool. But I had to sign I basically sign over like my rights to custom ink so that they could, my image, so that they could put it on there.
Have you ever seen this before?
I have, yeah. I was actually going to bring that up. I was like looking at the workout bench, and I was like, is that my face? I was like, somebody's wearing my sweatshirt at the gym. I was like, I thought that was quite comical.
Now, we all know that your top two favorite activities are shredding the gnar and fishing.
Uh-huh.
How's the second going for you these days?
Not too great. I'm hoping that this season will produce more fish. I need to go on a really long float, and my idea is to start at one end of the new river and then just float for an entire day and see how far I can get, and then be like, hey honey, can you come pick me up? And then, see where we go from there.
Hey, my buddy Robbie, very accomplished catch and release fisherman on the new river. Robbie, you're gonna watch this, I'm sure.
Please look me up.
The door is open.
And give me a tour. I am begging you.
So when did this happen?
That was, I want to say that was at Indian Pond at the training area on Fort Drum. So, great fishing up there. I think one of my best days, I think I caught like 36 fish in 6 hours. So.
All right, sharp left turn.
Yeah.
Please explain how you were teaching combat operation decision making with lightsabers.
It was before class, but Campbell actually taught me a few moves. He's actually really good with the lightsaber.
Really? Oh, Campbell,
yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, really bring any. There is no tactical value to it. It was just fun.
I was gonna say get him in the right mindset and just have fun. But
yeah.
All right. Tell us what was happening here.
Oh, so tunnel to tower run. My battalion chose a number of us to go to the city, and it was Sillers. That it was a fireman that he was off duty going home, and when the towers got hit, he got out, threw all of his gear on, and ran like 2 miles through the tunnel back to the towers so that he could assist during 9/11. And so a bunch of us went down there to honor him and others that perished. So afterwards, my 2 team leaders I took with me, we had the battalion colors and just figured, hey, let's get a picture of this moment so we can remember it forever.
Respect. That's pretty awesome. What does this bring back?
So if Sergeant Parrish was here, that was the day that his company was coming back from Sadr City in Iraq, my first deployment. So Sadr City was it was pretty hot zone when we were there, and battalion commander sent our Alpha company down to Sadr City to assist.
Triple dues?
No, this is 114 out of Schofield Barracks, Weiser. And I was part of the PSD, and they asked me, like, hey, Alpha Company's coming back today. We need somebody to to hold the national colors, and I stepped forward, and that was that moment.
The cacti?
Golden Dragons, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had deactivated them back in 2016, I believe, but there's still 214 Golden Dragons up at Fort Drum, New York.
Okay. So, holiday 22-23, you and Captain Spadini and Captain Default made a splash at the ugly sweater slash costume contest.
No.
Apparently, this picture made the rounds in the cadet chats, and they were highly entertained.
Yeah.
How did you reach this fashion decision?
So my wife Nicole worked at TJ Maxx, and they get a bunch of random things.
Yeah,
in.
they do.
And she picked up one, and then I called my counterpart and I said, "Hey, sir, they have these really ugly onesies at TJ Maxx, or like, actually, they were cutoffs. They're like shorts,
Yeah.
onesie jammy things or whatever."
They're like
I was
lederhosen with a shirt.
Yeah. I was like, "Do you want one?" He goes, "Yeah, sure." So I was like, "Pick it up, babe." So she picks these two things up, and we wore them for the ugly sweater. Of course, they weren't categorized as a sweater, but still equally fun.
Didn't one of you win?
No.
All right.
I don't
Captain
think we-
Default won this year. It was pretty good.
Yeah. She was like, and I was thinking about picking up one of those suits too, because they sold them at Sam's Club, and I was like, should I or should I not? I don't think I could pull off the stilettos though.
No, yeah, I
Definitely.
don't have the calves for it. Yeah, I've got more questions for you and one more picture, but
Okay.
I've talked enough. I apologize.
No, you're good,
You
sir.
want to know.
Well, I just touched my face,
I'm in danger.
but I had a glove on, so I'm good. It is known by some that Miyamoto Musashi is a significant figure in your life.
Fact.
Would you let the audience know the most important lesson you learned from him?
So I think there's two real important things Musashi teaches us, even today. So you don't know about the guy. He's basically Paul Bunyan in Japanese, civic history, but he was a real person. And he emerged from the end of the Warring States period with the victory of the Tokugawas over various other competitors to be the shogun for about 400 years, until the forcible opening of Japan by the United States with Commodore Perry and the Black Ships, and then the Meiji Restoration overthrew the shogun in the late 19th century, and Imperial Japan rose. He's very ascetic, like a monk, in the sense that he was basically like, I'm willing to walk away from everything in my life, but my practice of Bushido, the art of the sword, and my reflection on who I am as a person, and saw all these things as linked. And he went to live in a cave towards the end of his life, became a hermit essentially, and was reflecting on all the things he'd done. Because, at the height of his career as a duelist, he was undefeated at over 60 bouts, life or death, over the course of his life, which is a lot when you think about what we're talking about. And he took down the other titanic swordsmen of the era, Sasaki Kozuro. So their battle on an island is legendary. Like, when people throw the word epic around, most of the time we're talking about something that's mildly interesting. That truly was epic. And he won, for the record. And he won by conducting deception operations and exploiting his opponent's emotions.
Okay.
And then, in the end, being a better martial artist.
Like a
There's a great historical novel about him by A.G. Yoshikawa, and it's worth a read. He wrote some stuff down at the end of his life. And the most famous work is called The Book of Five Rings, which is his philosophy on life, competition, everything. And it's the distilled essence of kind of combination of Zen Buddhism that he practiced and his life as a leader and a swordsman. And the two lessons in there that are relevant to all of us are, you should never be constrained by style. And what I mean is, there's never, almost never, only one way to solve a problem. So don't be fixated on the what. Be fixated on the why.
Okay.
So the end state is what we're trying to seek. It's really applicable to military operations. If you're out at lab today, we might have that conversation in MS3s about how your purpose is far more important than your task. And the second thing, which is kind of related, but it's a phrase that I always like to go back to, is there are many paths to the top of the mountain. Mm-hmm. So don't be constrained in your craft, but realize that the way you're choosing to navigate life may not be the best way for someone else. Just because it worked for you doesn't mean it works for everyone.
Right.
So I'm going to have to edit that down. That was way too much.
A few pictures. Obviously, it's in black and white. But what's going on there?
It's tennis practice. Yeah,
tennis
check
practice?
out the hair. You can see my post-wrestling season state tournament Ranger baby gut there. My senior year, I decided I'd run track for 4 years because the defensive coordinator on the football team, Principal Alan Rouse of Retreat Elementary School, my children's principal now, was my football coach. He was the defensive coordinator, and it was kind of a known thing. You want to play defense. I was a linebacker and a running back, but I was probably a better linebacker than running back, frankly. If you want to play defense, you got to run track. So I was a distance runner for him, and I didn't particularly love it because I was doing soccer and track at the same time. And I was tired my senior year, and I said, "Coach, I love you. I'm going to take a little time back and not run track. Still play soccer." But we had a tennis team, and I was like, "Oh, let's go do it." My older brother was a very good tennis player. My mom was an excellent tennis player. I was not a very good tennis player. I was a fourth seed on a team of 4, and generally speaking, I was far more concerned at not launching the tennis ball out of the court than I was at getting on the other side of the net. I was not very, very good at tennis. But
no, funny you say that because my oldest son, was a big soccer player during high school, like all 4 years, and then off season, senior year, he's like, "I'll play tennis." So, you guys have that in common, right?
Yeah.
Soccer, tennis, whatever.
Tennis was fun. My wife was pretty good.
He enjoyed it. He enjoyed it quite a bit. And then obviously same color
Same
hair,
era,
but
same semester.
What?
I have no idea. Where
No.
that picture was taken. Looks like it's inside the school.
Mm.
There's a pizza box behind me, though. I got nothing.
No.
The reason my hair is white is
Yeah.
I dyed it blue for the state wrestling tournament because that was a common thing in Virginia at the time, was to
Okay.
dye your hair. I don't know why blue. Probably because I just didn't want to dye it orange because our school colors are orange and black.
Okay.
Blue remains generally my favorite color, and then it started to turn green. It was because you had to bleach it, and then the blue was washing out, and I was like, I don't really want sea green loam hair, so bleached out. My best friend Tarna, who my daughter's named after,
Oh, okay.
bleached my hair out, and then I just cut it off after it grew out. I was done with that.
Yeah, I can relate. At a young age, I decided to bleach my hair. Biggest mistake because it was really hard to wash.
Yeah,
I would wash my hair
wax.
and then my
like
fingers.
straw.
Yeah, my fingers would get stuck, and I'd have to peel my hands off my head like this, and then use massive quantities of conditioner.
At that point, too, I was like, this is the last semester of my life where I get to have hair because I knew I was going to West Point that summer. So I was like, might as well enjoy it while I have it.
Well, now look at you. Just got the.
I need a haircut right now.
Yeah, at least you have hair, sir. And then this one.
So that's my dad. After my 5th jump at airborne school, I just come off the drop zone. You can see guys coming off the drop zone behind to turn in their chutes. And we just taken a picture. And I was a 2nd generation paratrooper. My dad, after he was enlisted Marine in Vietnam, did a semester here, was Marine, came back, finished, commissioned in the Army, and then ended up in the 82nd. So it was pretty cool to be. He got to go to myself and both of my brothers' airborne school graduations, pin our wings on us as 2nd generation paratroopers, which was super special.
Good moment.
Yeah. One more question for you, Sergeant Banfield.
Shoot, sir.
Maybe 2. What's the worst part of working with me?
I don't know. I can't say that there's anything that comes at the top of my head, sir.
That's kind of you to say. We'll cut that out then.
Well, you smell like onions. I don't know.
What's your funniest story over the last 3 semesters of working with Captain Spadini?
Okay, here we go. No crap, there we were, spring FTX last year. And well, I'm down at my AO doing my thing. He's up at his AO doing his thing, and once everything's complete, all the missions are done, and we're getting ready to push back to the barracks. Buses are on their way. We're standing around, we're talking, and Captain Spadini tells me the story of the missing 240 or two. Yeah, it was a missing.
SAW.
It was a SAW.
Yes,
and the
this.
adventure that they had to take to get it back. And while he's telling this, he's surprisingly upbeat about it. He's like, yeah, so I made him do this and do that, and I was like, it's good to see him in a good mood when in a dire situation. No, it cracks me up.
Okay, fair enough. What is the coldest you've ever been in your life?
Well, obviously, it had the location is going to be Fort Drum, New York. Probably negative 15 degrees without wind chill, and it's snowing on us. I want to say it was 2018. It was with Alpha Company or Anvil Company, Triple Deuce, and we had I think it was Mountain Peak that we had gone out on.
Yeah.
And I had twisted my ankle like 2 days before, but still went out to the field. I just stayed with headquarters because there was no way I was walking around the Fort Drum training area with a twisted ankle. So I stayed with headquarters most of the time. I got to see my platoon maybe once or twice just to check up on them, make sure that they, see if they needed anything. But that winter, it got to, I think it was down to negative 12, I think, with wind chill. So
Hard pass.
But I think the coldest it ever got up in New York was negative 32 or 34. So you talk about going, as soon as you step out the door, your nose hairs freeze and your lungs hurt.
Yep.
You're just yeah, I'm not going outside today.
All right, Sergeant Banfield. I think we're towards the end of our care for this, but before we move on with our... Oh, wait.
No.
I'll save mine. Go ahead.
Oh, you were going to go?
No. It's on you.
Okay. If you had one wish that would absolutely come true, what would it be? And you cannot ask for more wishes.
I don't know, all the ego trip options that go with that, right? To know everything, to world peace, solve all problems.
Yeah.
I'll go with something simple but hopefully profound. I would guess I would want to be able to understand what would help people be content and provide it. People talk about happiness all the time.
Okay.
And I think you have moments of happiness, but without lows, the highs don't really matter. So what I've found is what you want to find is where are you content with the decisions you've made and can be at peace with what you've achieved. Because then you're not always striving for more of something, and because that leads towards greed, avarice, or unhappiness, or just being unsatisfied, right? Which that's not how I want to live my life. So it helps to define goals, but sometimes not accomplishing them it's okay. So be content.
Okay.
But specifically, I guess, to help others be content.
Gotcha. Makes a lot of sense. I agree, 100%.
Either that or for Navy to win every Army for Army to win every Army Navy game.
Yeah.
Always.
Some of that spice coming back.
Maybe so. That'd be the only one I can think of.
Good. Me? The Hobie Pro Angler 360 Mirage.
What?
It's a fishing kayak, sir.
This?
Yes. But, yeah.
Got one more thing from you. You know Cadet Andy Gaines?
I do.
Are you aware that Andy has made a hype poster of one Sergeant First Class Joseph Banfield.
Yes, I am aware. He showed me.
Can you explain to the audience what's going on in this poster? It's pretty cool.
So, the cadets they like to troll a lot. They like to, go on social media and pluck things from the ether. And then Louis was kind of hinting around. He's like, "You got any cool pictures out there, son of Banfield?" You know how Louis is, and I'm like, "Yeah, man. Why? What's up?" He's like, "Oh, nothing. I just, just wondering."
Social media
like,
reconnaissance, absolutely.
Yeah. So, they threw that together, and then I'm walking by in class, and I see Cadet Gaines' laptop up, and I'm like, what the what? Right? And I'm like, really, man? He's like, yes, huh? Is it cool? Do I need to add anything? I was like, yeah, you're missing the EIB on there. But yeah.
Shout out to Eddie Gaines. Good job. Superb work.
And that dude.
All right, and for the record, we got to 33 minutes and could probably go for another 27, but I don't want to waste that much time the night before the battalion.
Yeah, no.
I think we had more trepidation than was necessary.
Yeah.
But we've also agreed, and I think our folks in the studio would agree, there's probably something wrong with us.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Definitely something you don't want to come in unprepared for.
No.
Flavor was less than desirable, and I mean, my eyes haven't watered like that from anything I can recall.
I think I had one tear coming out, and yeah, to add a little bit more to the flavor of the chips, sir, it tasted like hot dirt.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, Paqui One Chip Challenge defeated. All right, New River Battalion, I hope you enjoyed the show today. A little schadenfreude, laughing at our misery. Don't want to do that again, but cheers, River Forge.
United in service.
Gotta go hotter.
Boom. Awesome.